I didn't know this Taiwan itinerary would become 2 episodes, but as always, when traveling by bicycle, every day is filled with so many encounters that every one of them feels like a month of memories. In the first episode, I started cycling south to Taichung, followed the west coast, and learned how to pick up tea. Going back on the road, I stumbled across the Banana Museum. Just stopped in the Banana Museum in Jiji, Shishi.
J, Japan J.
Yes.
I is ice cream I. GG is very famous for the banana.
What is your name?
Steve. I was born here in this town. Here, after junior high, we have to go the other city to study senior high, then university. I go to Zhanghua.
Steve is back in his hometown for a class reunion. The sense of nature make him reflect.
I was young. I never think about the mother ground. And year by year, we work hard and we go abroad to do the business and as a family. And now my son, they have their family. Then I got to know we should be more humble to respect the mother grand. That is the fundamental.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In September 1999, the second deadliest earthquake in Taiwan's recorded history hit the town of Shishi. Nearly 2,500 people were killed, more than 11,000 were injured. Wuchang Temple's first floor collapsed, but the statues it contained survived. This was seen as a miracle, and donations poured in to build a larger temple right next door. Today, both of them can be seen as a monument to the city's resilience. Almost night time, raining a lot. I didn't know where I was going to end tonight. A lot of traffic, no lights on the bike. There is, I think, a Buddhist temple over there. Hello? Hello? You live here? Not only did the temple's guardian allow me to pitch my tent under their roof, even made me understand where I could shower. Oh yeah. Okay. And with this deluge, I was really happy to be protected by the gods. I am now leaving the west coast to climb up the impressive Wuling Pass. But before, I get to know the beautiful Sun Moon Lake. With 6 million visitors per year, Sun Moon Lake's blue water and its overlooking temples are one of the most popular sites in the country. Maybe even too popular, at least that weekend. Today is Sunday and a long weekend. It was beautiful, but I think the 6 million visitors per year decided to come today. There are nearly 300 peaks that exceed 3,000 meters in Taiwan. With a terrain like this, it's impossible for me to ride here without enjoying these magnificent climbs. The best known of these is the Road of the KOM Taiwan.
Taiwan KOM Challenge. It's a 100-kilometer long race, almost entirely uphill. The most epic climb in the world.
During my first visit here, I managed to push my heavy gear from sea level at Hualien on the east coast to the summit at 3,275 meters. Okay, sure, it took me 3 days, not 1, but I loved it so much that I decided to climb it up again today, this time from the west flank. This side is apparently easier, even though I'm currently gaining 2,600 meters in less than 40 kilometers. That's an average of more than 7% gradient. At the end of the day, I reached the village of Qingjing. The popular national tourist destination is well known for its sheep farm as well as its out-of-place European architecture. This style originates from Japanese influence in the early 20th century and has become a way of attracting more tourism to the small mountain town. After England and Provence, now this one is welcome to Vienna. At the last convenience store before the top, I just met some other guys, but they're riding way faster than me.
Yeah, it's almost 100.
They left this morning at 3:30. They're already at 100 kilometers, going up to Wuling, going down. I didn't want to tell them that I had this break here after 3.5 kilometers. The day was going well. I was taking my time, gaining altitude, and receiving encouragement. But suddenly, it started to rain. My hiding spot was not working at all, and I was already getting cold, so I just decided to continue. With a bit of luck, I can climb over. Well, the good news is I cannot be more wet than this. The bad news is that I cannot feel my fingertips nor my toes. I found the last rest area before the summit. Decided to stop here. I'm so cold. I thought if I'm waiting here, might as well have an egg boiled in tea. That's the name in Chinese. When the rain finally slowed down, I continued to climb in the increasingly thin air. But with more and more support.
Well done!
Thank you! Canada! I camped with the lights on and finished the last 2 kilometers of climbing the next morning. So there you go, popular Wuling Pass at 3,275 meters. The reason I wanted to come back here was not so much for the climbing or the view, but for the downhill part. From here to Yilan, that's about 150 kilometers, almost exclusively downhill. And the best thing is, after the first few kilometers, it's just a gentle slope. So I don't need the brakes and I barely need to pedal. Behind me is the fabulously gorgeous village of Lishan, well known for its high mountain oolong tea, as well as fruits like apples, pears, and peaches. Because the village sits on a very steep ridge, a lot of the farmers build themselves tiny wagons to access the land and bring back the crops. Further down the valley, I follow dozens of pipes carrying water, almost all the water, to the cabbage and lettuce fields. I stop for a blessing.
祝福乔纳森到台湾旅途愉快，也到我们上帝祝福你。
And finish my long descent by meeting Ben and his surprising camping truck.
BN 便饭。
I just stopped at a 7-Eleven close to Yilan, and Ben here told me he was going to camp with his wife about half an hour from here, and that he built this truck by himself. Oh wow. Whoa.
And
Oh wow. Cookie tour. And you did the plan.
yes, food.
What was the inspiration?
Just study in YouTube, Japan, Taiwan, and China. You can give me something idea. Yeah.
My name Tang Ang Yan.
How often do you come here?
Once a week, but I'm very bad at surfing.
My name is Nina. Here is 沙子的英文是什么啊？哦 sand. It's for beginner. Please.
Oh, okay.
Today is not good for surf. The wave is very fast.
To complete my itinerary of the northern half of Taiwan, all that remains is to follow the coast to Keelung. From there, it will only be 35 kilometers to Taipei, the capital. I have shown you a lot of beautiful landscapes and friendly encounters along my way, but not so much where I was eating. The country is full of convenience stores and family restaurants, and it is really easy to eat well. But I could not pass through Keelung without visiting possibly the country's most famous night market. In Taiwan and in the warmer parts of Asia, the bustling night markets are gathering places for young and old alike. Value for money, they're the best way to enjoy local food. I have no idea what I'm ordering. One last one, that's shaved ice with a flavor. I took plum. Bye bye. Bye bye. I am so full. Taiwan has so much to offer. An incredible scenery from sea to high mountains, amazing food, and activities for everyone. Plus, the Taiwanese are genuinely happy to welcome us. And with its extensive bike path network, I really believe that Taiwan is an absolute cycling paradise. But don't take my word for it. Now, it's your turn to plan a trip to Taiwan.